Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli.
Watch the greenbacks tumble.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Your dial's set correctly to USAPrepares.com. Broadcasting from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains, 2 hours today. We're delighted you're here. And if you'd like to call us, we'll pay for the call. 866-582-9933. 866-582-9933. There's a link to all of your instructors on the website at USAPREPARES.com. Aaron's engineering the broadcast in Minnesota at GCN. And Captain John Regan's with us. Welcome, Captain John Regan.
Good morning, Vincent.
Good morning. Hey, John, how are you?
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to ruin my reputation today. I've actually put some good news in the news.
Really? Because I was chatting with a number of people, and some said, why don't you talk about good news? And I said, okay, we can do that. We can get that done in about a minute. So let's hear it. Good news.
Well, this happens to be local to here. And there's a video attached to this if you want to watch. There was a off-duty firefighter, was a former Marine, at the counter of this convenience store when this robber with a knife pushed him out of the way. And wasn't very long after that, the robber found himself pinned to the floor until the police got there.
That took about a minute. That's great. That's great news. Now, so let's by extension expand on that. So what happens when the senior citizen across the street is being mugged? And why don't we see more of we the villagers taking action and jumping into the fray and protecting, the senior citizen who's being beat up and mugged. And then let's, when the police are surrounding somebody, okay, why don't we, the villagers, go find out what's going on and make sure that person isn't beaten up and tased to death. Why don't we make sure that doesn't happen? So why don't we get involved on many levels? So let's start this campaign with this one person who came to the rescue. Why don't we do that? What do you think, John?
Yeah, and before you get your hopes up too much, a few days before this, there was a news item, again, local here, where a woman was standing at the checkout counter of the CVS, and this guy grabbed her purse, drug her a few feet, and there was at least one other person in line that I can see on the surveillance video that just stood there and watched it happen as this guy stole her purse.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. And Steve Angle, one of our instructors, his term is, where are the Christians? And what he means by that is not necessarily Christians, but where are the people who, profess to help each other and to live good lives? And where are they? Why aren't they involved? Why aren't they helping? Why are they just standing there, as you mentioned? And speaking of that, I noticed on the way to Chicago, I drove up on Friday to the U.S. Psychotronics Conference with Rick Miller was there and Joey was there from Michigan. It was a great time. I really had a good time there. And I noticed that because I don't get out all that much, I noticed that the lights of the police cars are in greater number and they're way brighter than they used to be. And I'm talking about daytime and nighttime. So when one of these plague mobiles gets behind you and turns on those red and white and blue lights, you're blinded. You're blinded from the back. And if you think that you can see anything beyond, looking backward, the only thing that you can see is these bright, blinding lights. I think it's dangerous. I saw a police car in hot pursuit of what I believe to be someone that he wanted to pull over. And this police car was in the fast lane going around a curve on the interstate. And it was a pretty sharp curve. And he was in hot pursuit right on the bumper of the car in front of him. Either he wanted to pull that guy over or he wanted that guy out of his way. But it was dangerous. And there was no need for that. Absolutely no need for him to, and it was a lot of traffic. So it wasn't like there were only two cars on the road. I was going the opposite direction, so I could see it for a little longer than others might. But I saw this happen. I thought, wow, this is really aggressive. This is really dangerous. And I can't think of anything that would require this. Seriously. And so I saw the oppression of the police. I saw a policeman dressed in black, standing in a crouched position with a radar gun hiding, not in his car. He was standing, sniping with his radar gun at traffic. And further up the road a little bit were multiple police cars ready to pull over whoever he said, go get that, black car, that black Ford, that white Ford, whatever it happened to be. Radio communication. So it was an assembly line of radar sniping. Is that what we need? This is why I call these guys the Blue Plague. They're not out there protecting and serving. They're out there sniping. And I don't like it. And another thing that I saw, John Regan, and the reason I saw it was because I felt it. I felt the massive number of cell towers. They're everywhere in Chicago. And what amazes me is there are apartment buildings, and right next to the apartment buildings, cell towers. So they're right in the neighborhoods, and I don't think people see them. I really don't think they see them. Another thing I saw was a police station, and they had this marquee out front. It was just outside of Chicago, and I'm paraphrasing. This is not the exact terminology. But the message was, we'll take what you have. That was their message on the marquee. We're going to get your stuff. That's what the message was. It was outrageous. And then at the police training academy, there was this big banner. It must have been 40 feet long. It said, click it or ticket. And so this is the programming that the new cops in training get. Hey, we're going to keep everybody safe. We're going to give them a ticket if they don't put their seatbelt on. Whatever happened to, wouldn't it be nicer if you survived, the accident or the crash? Live to tell about it. Live to be with your family. Please put your seatbelt on. No. Click it or we're going to give you a ticket. I object to it. It bothers me. So that's just, what I saw on the highway. I didn't like it. And then we have these state-sponsored billboards, these electronic message billboards that are cropping up everywhere. They're a distraction. They're a distraction to driving. Why do the states need to have these billboards? Obviously, they're going to be used at some point to guide us into a FEMA camp. And another thing, these cheese graters, they're everywhere. And in most of the locations where I saw the cheese graters, they can't maintain the grass around them. So now America looks disheveled, unkept, not neat, scraggly. Why? Because we can't cut the grass around these cheese graters that are in the highway to prevent us from turning around. And they say they're designed to prevent crossover accidents. I'm not buying it. John, back to you.
Well, they just want us to be the best third world dictatorship there is.
Yeah, and we're in the race, and I think we're going to win. I think we're racing to the bottom. It's disgraceful. Well, and another thing, John, I saw building after building after building closed, boarded up, for rent, for lease, for sale, billboards, same thing. I saw it in Indianapolis. I saw it in North Carolina. I saw it in Missouri and in Illinois. By the way, I don't like going to Illinois because it's not gun friendly. It's not. I did not feel comfortable traveling in Missouri, in Illinois from Missouri. I didn't, because they are gun hostile. They really are. I saw this I would call it an industrial park. It was called a logistics park. They had these buildings, John, they were huge. It was like, these buildings are as big as some of our fields, here on the farm. Almost 400,000 square feet. 400,000 square feet under roof, okay? And they're vacant, for rent, for lease, for sale. Building after building after building after building after building after building. And then I saw these parking lots for tractor trailers. And the doors are open on the tractor trailers because they're empty. Why is that? I think commerce is down to the point where we have these logistical buildings that are empty. That's what I think. And they're new. It's not like they're bombed out, 1900s buildings. They're maybe 10 years old. They look brand new. Empty. Just outside of Chicago. Correct me if I'm wrong. If we have anyone in our class who can explain it to me, I'd love to hear it. The whole class would love to hear it. What's going on? Commerce is down, right? And this is just more proof.
Down is the new up.
Yes. Yes. And the toll booths on the toll road just outside of Chicago. All of a sudden, boom, you're there, and they tell you, if you have this electronic pass, you're good. Otherwise, go to the cash lane. You go to the cash lane, and that's the first time you know what the toll is. And you're sitting there, you go, okay, I need 60 cents. What if you don't have 60 cents? Well, no problem. If you remember to get on the internet and pay it, good. Otherwise, it's a $300 fine. It's horrible. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Have you ever felt like the United States government knows way too much about your financial affairs? I continue to hear stories about property seizures, frozen bank accounts, confiscation of stocks and bonds. It makes me wonder if the U.S. citizen will ever again have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Unfortunately, with the Drug and Money Laundering Act, the IRS Revenue Ruling 6045 of 1984, and the Trading with the Enemy Act and Franklin D. Roosevelt's Executive Order of 1933, some precious metal holdings are subject to government intervention. For this reason, Midas Resources has prepared a report explaining the boundaries of trading precious metals privately. Whether if you have any intention of trading with Midas Resources or not, I have instructed my representatives to give this report out free. Call for your free copy at 1-800-686-2237. When investing, always proceed with caution. Again, call 1-800-686-2237. Exercise your legal right to trade metals privately. 1-800-686-2237.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order. And give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
We are a survival company. We manufacture our own line of Level 3 and Level 3A body armor. We proudly make our armor 100% in America. We have the best prices in the nation, about $125 cheaper than our nearest competitor. All lab certified, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3. We are Fortress Survival LLC.com.
Captain John Regan's with us, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. And if you'd like to follow along with us, you can click on the news tab of thefinancialstateoftheunion.com. And if you'd like to buy John Regan's book, thefinancialstateoftheunion.com, same one I have, it's on Amazon, amazon.com. John Regan.
Well, one link down, there's 48 to go. Slow news week. We've been following the drought situation, which I've entitled the section "A Tale of Two Droughts." And California, not much change, and it'll be next week before we see if the rains over this weekend made any difference. And when you look at the pictures from Los Angeles, keep in mind the damage there was done with just over a third of an inch of rain. Back in May, we had almost 17 inches of rain in Texas. And it's been rather dry since. In fact, in July, we've only had one day of measurable rain, and that was less than an inch. So we're actually running a shortfall for July. But overall, and what's kind of amazing, this latest drought report, there's no population in Texas affected by drought, and there's less than 3% of Texas that's abnormally dry. So we've had quite a turnaround in a short period of time. And I found a news item that we've got another drought area to watch now, and that's Puerto Rico. So besides having debt problems, they also have drought problems.
So can we talk about, Puerto Rico is facing water rationing.
In fact, they can go without water for a day or two. It's like being in a third world country.
Okay, so the economy is teetering in Puerto Rico. What do you see happening there, John? Do you have a feel for it?
I think it's a preview for what we're going to see here. It's, too much debt, too much socialism, and then we've got the weather problems, whether that's natural or man-made or a combination. It doesn't really matter. it all adds up to misery for the people.
Yeah. And do you think it's the people's fault, or do you think it's the way the system is organized and that people just respond to whatever the system is, meaning the government's fault?
It's kind of like the problem we have here in the mainland. We've got too many stupid voters that keep on electing the politicians that give them all these great promises for free things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they expect that they're going to be delivered. Well, why wouldn't they expect the politicians to tell the truth? But now we don't expect politicians to tell the truth about anything. But, it'd be nice if we could actually believe these guys. And you know what they do? They say, oh, those are just politicians. That's what they do. They say those things. It's puffery. No, it's lying. It's fraud. It's deception. And we're trading our votes for what we think is a contract. We actually believe that these guys are going to do what they say. It's they're promising to do things, and we say, okay, well, in exchange for those promises, we'll give you our vote. And then they go, well, yeah, but I can't. That's just that's just politics. That's what we do. We lie. I'd like to see us not elect anyone from any of the two parties. I'd like to see us elect anybody who's not in the two parties. Well, wouldn't that be nice? Anybody's got to be better than these thugs, these liars, these cheats we have. What's next?
I've got a little report on silver because there's been a lot going on.
Oh, man.
And I guess we'll get to that after these messages.
Yeah, and when we come back, I'll tell you about the Chicago tolls, the toll booths. Yeah. Captain John Regan's with us. I'm Vin Finelli. It's great to be back at the farm. We'll be right back.
You are an individual with your own thoughts, decisions, and actions, so why should you be penalized for not enrolling in the subpar health insurance mandated by the government when you can be truly independent with Liberty Health Share, a bold, innovative alternative, allowing you to take back control and make your own decisions about your health care? Mention this ad when you call to learn more. 800-714-6993. That's 800-714-6993. Liberty Health Share. Together, we are one.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness. The phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it. And that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, two of our top priorities are providing quality food at a reasonable price and protecting your security. When you call 800-700-2184, we will never record your phone call and never ask for your personal information, like how much food you have stored or where you keep it. We'll also never store your credit card information and email address on a computer. Your email address will never be shared or sold. We'll never limit the number of boxes you can purchase. We'll never use outside packers or use relabeled food from another company. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and everything is packed with oxygen absorbers and Mylar pouches under our direct supervision at our plant in Oregon. Oregon Trail Foods and 30dayfoodsupply.com keep prices low by buying directly from their producers in Oregon and then passing the savings on to you. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit our website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184. That's 30dayfoodsupply.com at 800-700-2184.
Hi, Coast to Coast listeners. I'm Kay Zwirling from KSCO Radio in Santa Cruz. I'm 93 years old, and I'm a big fan of George Norrie because his topics and guests are fascinating and really get you thinking. George is just as bothered as I am by all the advertising you hear for toxic prescription drugs that make you sicker, not healthy. I prefer to give my body all 90 essential nutrients it needs for life to prevent disease, not compound it. My favorite complete supplement is Beyond Tangy Tangerine from Longevity, which I take every day along with EFA Plus and Beyond OsteoFX, which together are called the Healthy Start Pack. I recommend you go online to criticalhealthnews.com to purchase these products. That's criticalhealthnews.com or call 855-949-RADIO.
So, John, I was traveling on the way home from Chicago, and I came into this toll booth, and it was 60 cents, so I threw in 3 tokens. I did not make these tokens. The U.S. government did. And I threw in a 25 cent, a 25 cent, and a 10, exact change. Nothing happened. It wanted more. So I threw in the exact amount, and it wanted more. So it took another quarter to get me out of jail. You know, there's hardly any recourse for this kind of stuff, you know, and it just bothers me. It really bothers me. And I wonder how many people just put up with it and don't say anything. And I'm not willing to do that. Tell you a quick story. So Rick Miller has this room at the Psychotronics conference, and he invites me to stay with him. And I'm delighted to be able to do that. So I'm bunking with Rick Miller, Dr. Richard Allen Miller, and the card key doesn't work. So I put the key in, and it won't open the door to the hotel room. I put it in again and again and again, upside down, right side up, frontwards, backwards. Doesn't work. I go to the front desk, and they replace the cards. And I got a nice guy, and I said, this doesn't work. Room 215. Richard Allen Miller, and I get 2 new cards and everything's good. And it works once and it doesn't work again. Rick's having the same trouble with his cards. They're just not working. Well, he was getting ready to do a seminar in the evening at 7:00, and I was going to go grab a bite to eat with Joey, and we came back and went to use the card, and it wouldn't let us in the room to eat. We got a pizza. And we were going to share a large pizza. The key card didn't work, so I said to Joey, I'll tell you what, let me go to the front desk. So I went to the front desk, and I said, room 215, these key cards don't work. And the guy said, oh, okay. The name? I said, Miller. Richard Allen Miller. And the guy at the desk said, I need to see your ID. I said, well, I don't have ID. He said, well, I need to see your ID to give you the cards. I said, well, my stuff's in the room. He said, okay, will you be able to give me an ID when we let you in the room? And I said, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. How am I going to give him an ID that says Richard Allen Miller, right? So I said, no. He said, well, I can't let you in the room. I said, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to sleep here in the lobby. And he looked at me, you're going to sleep in the lobby? And I walked away. So it's really getting frustrating. We are being controlled by machines. We're really being controlled by machines. You know, whatever happened to a key? You know, a brass key to open the room. They used to work really well. Now we have these electronic locks that give us all kinds of problems. We have these electronic toll booths that give us all kinds of problems. We have credit cards that shut us down because they think that we're committing fraud because we're out of our travel zone. They go, whoa, 200 miles away from where you live. That's really suspicious. What are you doing out there? What do you think, John?
Just wait until you got the smart home that won't let you in.
Yeah. Or your dishwasher says, prove it. ID. Yeah, prove it. And so I'll unlock the dishwasher door. Or prove who you are with your thumbprint so I let you in your refrigerator. Or your front door. It's really horrible. It's really, really horrible. How about these electronic locks on cars? And the battery goes dead in the car. How about that? Now you can't open the hood because that's controlled from inside the cabin. You can't open the trunk because that's controlled from inside the cabin. The battery's under the seat, you know, the rear seat, and you can't get to it to charge it. You can't. We've experienced this. It's horrible. I really don't like it. That's why I love that old truck that I bought, that 2004. Wow. It's got keys, you know, that you put in the door and you turn them. It's got locks that it doesn't have power locks. It doesn't have power windows. I can actually open the door with a key. It's kind of nice not having all this electronics, let alone not having the electromagnetic radiation, you know, bathing in that as I'm driving. I've minimized all that. Okay,
yeah,
John.
There was an article a few weeks ago that we didn't get to about this happened in Southeast Texas where a man and his dog died in their car in the parking lot because the battery cable had become unconnected and he was unable to unlock the car. And he had just come out from a restaurant. He'd forgotten his cell phone in the restaurant, so he couldn't even call anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can you imagine the being in that predicament, but having to call somebody from your cell phone in your car because you can't get out of your car? Well, here's the answer. Why don't we all carry a hatchet? Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. A hatchet or a hammer with a claw. I'm talking about a 16-ounce hammer right next to the seat. What about that? Let's carry one of those. I try to all the time. As a matter of fact, I keep a tire iron in the car. It's actually about 24 inches long. It's not even a tire iron. It's a socket. It's an impact socket that fits the lug nuts on the vehicle with a 24-inch breaker bar, and it's all steel, chrome vanadium steel. So if I have to do a tune-up on somebody, I can do that. It's long enough. I can break a window if I have to. I can use it as a pry bar. And how much are they? If you go to the Chinese factory tool outlet, Harbor Freight, you can get them for $10 on sale. So we have one for each one of our cars, 24-inch, half-inch breaker bar. You might want to consider that too. And when they have hammers on sale for maybe $5 for a chrome vanadium type hammer, you might want to get one of those as a tool in case you have to break someone's window or your window. I'm not exaggerating. We had this happen. John, we had Howard Shayne, one of our instructors, and I had to break open this guy's window because he crashed into a concrete piling in Springfield, Missouri. His car was on fire. The dashboard was burning onto him. Cabin was filled with smoke, and he was unconscious. And we couldn't open the doors because the Asian car that he was driving crushed so much that the doors wouldn't open. So the only way out was through the windows. So I had to break the windows. I wonder if they're going to bill me for that. But it looks like we saved his life. It really does. And there was a bunch of us. It wasn't just me and Howard. It was like 9 or 10 of us. And we found a nurse, and there were some truck drivers with fire extinguishers. And, we used 4 fire extinguishers, and we still couldn't put this vehicle out. And it was not a pretty sight because the gas tank was next. You know, the engine was on fire, the dashboard was on fire, and the gas tank was next. We didn't stick around for that part. Okay, John Regan. I'm at the financials.
It's getting ready to talk about silver.
Great. Man.
And it pretty much goes for gold as well, but I concentrated here just to try and keep it as simple as possible. And the first link was I was trying to show the manipulation in the market. This is an article from the 17th where someone dumped $1.4 billion in paper gold futures, and that caused the smackdown middle of the week last week. And when I got up this morning, there was a brand new article where someone dumped like $2.4 billion in silver futures. So a lot of manipulation going on to drive the price down.
We talked about that last week, you and I, privately on the phone. And I mentioned that our son had said that this was going to happen. And he said that there are 4 families that are controlling, or trying to control the silver market. And their plan was to take it down. And it looks like they're succeeding.
Well, let's look at the flip side of that. I've got an article there that shows where silver prices could rise 420%.
Yeah.
We've got another one talking about how hard it is to mine silver because silver is typically mined as a byproduct of another process. And I've got another one that I've entitled The Big Cup, which describes the cup and handle pattern, which is what people watching charts, whether it's commodities or stocks, look for, because here we've got a great big cup going back to 1980. We got the handle, which is suggesting that there's going to be an upside coming. And then I've got another article talking about the shortage of silver, which is going to be a really, really big deal when all this, carbon mess gets implemented. Because if you want to get into solar, you pretty much have to have silver to create the panels. And then just to top it off, India alone is on track to import 1/3 of the annual silver supply. So I think any way you look at it, real physical silver is going to be going up. It may not happen in the next few weeks, but there's some point they can't hold the lid on it.
So, John, are you long-term bullish on silver? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. For real silver, not paper silver.
Right. Yeah, and we talk about this pretty often. If you don't have it under your control, you don't own it. So, Max's law, buy the best, pay cash, and take delivery. You have to take delivery. You have to control it. And there's this company called Silver Savers. And what you do is you buy paper silver, and they store it for you at Delaware Trust. And you pay them to store it, and you pay them to ship it, and you pay them to get it out of your account. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why not buy it, keep it, control it? By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Identity theft is real. So real, it could be making you its next victim right now. At the gas pump, bank, or store where you shop with your credit card, bad guys with RFID scanners can peer into your wallet or purse from a short distance away, stealing information from your RFID-enabled credit or debit cards, passports, room keys, and ID cards without you even knowing it. Stop the bad guys now with an RFID blocking wallet from ID Stronghold. ID Stronghold founded the entire RFID blocking industry over 10 years ago. Their stylish sleeves, clutch purses, and wallets are shielded throughout. The best you can buy at great pricing, as low as $14.99. Don't wait until your wallet needs replacing. Protect your identity now. Click IDStronghold.com or call 1-800-610-2770. That's 1-800-610-2770. ID Stronghold, the original RFID wallet company.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Plus, we've got a meetup tonight. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there, but the The meetup will continue without me if I'm not there. And the reason is we have had another hydraulic failure here at the farm. We were trying to get our hay, the last amount of hay for this cutting, baled. And we got it all cut, and another hydraulic cylinder on this John Deere baler failed. There are 3 of them. 2 of them control the gate, the back door, and put tension on the bale to make sure that that the bale doesn't pop out the back. And these are 1,000-pound bales, so one of them failed, and we replaced it. And the next one just failed. And this is all with the same season, the same hay cutting season. We are having hydraulic failures like crazy. Then we have a Ford tractor. It was working fine. Now it has a hydraulic failure. And we had another John Deere tractor, the front end loader. We had to replace every single hose, every single hydraulic hose on this 40 horsepower John Deere tractor. So we have all the hoses are replaced on that. Now the Ford tractor is leaking hydraulic fluid. The baler, 2 hydraulic cylinders. It is absolutely nuts. And it's really getting expensive. And we're not the only farmers having these problems. And if you look on the highways and byways, and I paid close attention to this traveling to Chicago from Missouri and back, I would say you will find at least one piece of rubber from a tire, a belt, a hose, a strap, some rubber component at least every quarter mile along the highways. And I believe that that's an indication of the failure rate of rubber parts today. I'm really serious about that. Take a look. See if you find what I'm finding. Look down, make sure you don't run into somebody, but, if you can divert a couple milliseconds to looking around, look at the highway, look in the left lane, the right lane, even run over these things in your lane. By the way, the current lineup at usaprepares.com, John Regan is on Mondays. Every Monday. Finance, economics, news, and solutions. Tuesdays. Every Tuesday. Larry Nichols. Politics and corruption and political history. Why? Because you need to know. Wednesdays. Dr. Norman Shealy, living longer, living healthier, and treating disease. Every Thursday. Rick Miller. Dr. Richard Allen Miller. Science and solutions. And then Fridays is for the rest of the instructors. I think we're running out of time. I think we're going to need 3 hours, John. What do you think?
Considering I had enough to do the whole week by myself.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
Now, let's see if I can fit in the finance so we can start with SpyTech after the top of the hour.
My favorite.
Intel, nice article here on how to do creative accounting. Their operating income fell 25%, but their earnings per share stayed the same. AMD had a bad quarter, down 35% year over year. I know you've listed this on your page about McDonald's franchisees now have the lowest rating for their forecast in their history.
Yeah, they're worried. McDonald's is worried.
And they're not the only ones.
John, let me just say very quickly, as I was traveling, I needed to get fuel and a pit stop and so forth. And I'm seeing fewer and fewer cars pulling into these fast food joints. I'm serious. Fewer and fewer. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think that any of them is doing as well as they used to. Really? You think that's true?
That's what the financial reports are saying.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing it. I'm absolutely seeing it. All right. So, John Regan, when we come back after top of the hour news and commercial announcements, we're going to talk about SpyTech. And here's what you've got listed. You won't even know. We know what you can afford. Is it 65 already? CC detection, bad hack, helium rises, and class is in session. That's coming up. SpyTech. Right after top of the hour news and commercial announcements with Captain John Regan, U.S. Air Force Reserves, retired. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at AlkaVision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at AlkaVision.com. That's ALKAVision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at AlkaVision.com today.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it led back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Ted Anderson, I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor, period. With packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free tactical scarf for a limited time with any body armor package. That's CATIarmor.com. Come and take it.
All right, all set? Cocked? Locked? Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com with Captain John Regan. Captain John Regan, I'm all excited about, we're going to talk about this hour.
Let me finish off the financial section first, and then we'll get to spy tech. I promise. It's just, you know, I'm thinking about renaming the financial section down as the new up.
Yeah.
It's just that bad. We've got an article from CNN where the Pew Charitable Trust say that there's a $1 trillion shortfall in pensions. And then right behind that, I got where Moody says that, nope, it's really $2 trillion. So you can make up your mind which one of those it is. We've got Yum Brands, which is Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Taco Bell are having a downtime, so it's not just McDonald's. And we've also got Seagate, who makes disk drives. Their revenue's down 10%, which when a company's revenue's down 10%, that pretty much wipes out the bottom line.
Yep. And Seagate, I mean, I remember we used a lot of Seagate drives when we were manufacturing computers back in the 90s. And I mean, a lot of Seagate drives. And their revenue is down $2.9 billion. Is that right?
It's down down to 2.9 when they were expecting 3.3.
Right. Hey, I hear some hum.
I hear it too.
There?
I'm here.
Yeah. I'm looking at the meters. I'm trying to see where it's coming from. It's coming from you. It's coming from your side, John Regan.
About all I could do
Good.
was...
It's gone. It's gone.
Okay.
No. All right. Let's continue.
Okay. Well, plenty of stuff in Spy Tech this week. One of the most troubling ones I saw is the first one there. You won't even know. They have these new microscopic brain chips, so small you won't even know they're there. Now, I'm not sure if the implant of these is something that you wouldn't know about. But they at least say the chips themselves, you won't know they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about how they've already found a way to switch you off like a light bulb and turn you back on without you even knowing that you were turned off. So if they wanted to implant you with these, I don't see that as a problem either. And
okay.
Then once,
John, let me share something that I saw happen. I literally saw it happen this weekend. During one of the presentations by, and I'm not going to mention who it was. A really bright person was giving a presentation on some information that really would have been nice to know. And this person was in an absolutely brilliant delivery. It had everybody at the edge of his or her seat. And this was at the Psychotronic conference. And all of a sudden, mid-sentence, this person couldn't deliver. Just could not get the words, could not find the words, could not speak the words. And it happened for about 5 seconds. I saw it happen. This person was turned off and then was allowed to continue. I saw it happen. I have seen this before. I've seen this where, on camera, a newscaster will just start all of a sudden speaking gibberish. Have you seen those videos?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, I'll see if I can find them and put a link on the website. I don't know if I can find them. I don't know if I can even remember what to search for to find them, but I saw this weekend. So when you're talking about turning off, I think I've seen it. I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but I saw either that or it was a memory, a hole in this person's memory. It was erased. The other team erased this person's memory. This person was talking right up to the edge of it and then couldn't talk about it because the person couldn't remember it. Seriously. And there were others there who saw this at the same time. I saw it.
There's been a lot of disturbing trends lately about, and some of the stuff we didn't get into last week too, how they're able to get inside rats and monkeys' minds and link them together. And that's what they're telling us is in the lab. We really don't know what working technology they do have.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And we're talking about new brain implants that are so tiny. And we're not talking about things the size of chips. We're talking about things the size of dust particles, right?
That's what they're calling it, neural dust, but it's so small that it just goes in and puts itself where it needs to be in your brain.
Mm-hmm. There was a movie called Divergent, and I suggest that you all get a chance, if you get a chance to watch it, please consider it. It's about this kind of thing, how the police/military have been programmed, and when they turn on the signal, like over-the-air signal, to the implant, that the police/military go on a rampage, hunting and killing. And think about that. So you train these guys. You train them to be warriors. You train them because, we're going to protect the village. Then after they graduate and they've been fully trained, then they receive an implant, which they can be programmed through to do whatever the rulers want them to do. Kill, maim, wound, whatever it is, attack. And they don't even know it. And it's kind of like that cop I was telling you about who was out of control, dangerously out of control on the highway, racing right on somebody's tail. Absolutely no need for it. Imagine if this guy were just a speeder, okay? If he's just a speeder, why risk everybody else's life because one guy's speeding? Is it that important? Pull him over later when it's safe. Don't put everybody in harm's way. That's what I'm talking about. I think we're training these guys to do dangerous things, not only for themselves, but everybody around them. You know, there's a guy with a gun. Okay, so what happens? They bring in the executioners, snipers, and they start shooting. Back to you.
Well, there's old technology out there where companies are able to match up the location of your IP address with demographic data to know which areas have a higher net income, and they would charge different prices depending on where you were coming in from, so that if you were in one of those more expensive neighborhoods, you would see higher prices. Well, apparently that's not good enough. Apple patents tech that will check your bank account, see how much you have, and target ads to you. So it's kind of like the opposite of negotiating. You don't get to negotiate a price. They dictate a price depending on what they think you can afford to pay.
That's why I don't have an Apple phone. It's my opinion that not everything they're doing is to benefit we the villagers. And think about that. So we tell people, isn't this great? You can bank by phone. But what they don't tell us, the lies of omission, that they're tracking us and they're selling the information and they're targeting us with ads to get whatever else we have left in our account. So if we're broke, they're going to market us to that. Hey, strategies for bankruptcies probably. If we have more money, they'll probably try to sell us products that we think based on our searches that we'd like. John, I am inundated with ads for things. It doesn't matter even what websites I go to now. The ads are following me. All I do is search on one item or two items or three items, and now I'm getting bombarded with ads for those searches. I've already bought the items. It's unbelievable. Type in something like DeWalt miter saw. Then all of a sudden, for the next month, you get ads with DeWalt miter saw. That's what we're talking about. Hey, John, after this or during this break, if you could disconnect and reconnect, that would be good. Maybe we can get rid of this hum that keeps appearing, because I really believe it's on your side of the equation. I don't see it on my side. And I've already, believe it or not, I've already disconnected during the broadcast and reconnected. And you still have it. What's next?
Yeah, I'll give that a shot. But, there's also these smart Coke machines out there that know how hot it is and will charge more on hot days.
Wow.
You can imagine that married with this. Not only will it charge you more for a hot day, it knows you can afford to spend $10 for a Coke.
Wow. You know what? Are you serious? They have this machine that has a thermometer in it, not only to improve the refrigeration, but to charge more. Are you serious?
They had that years ago. I haven't seen them many places, but I've read about them.
Is it Coke, or is it just Coke, or is it other companies as well?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's other companies as well.
Well, we'll do some research and find out exactly who they are so we can start the national boycott. against these companies. I mean, not that we should boycott Coke anyway, right? Just because it's not good for us. Yeah. Okay. Captain John Regan's with us, and if you can disconnect and reconnect, that'd be great. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
On the average, Americans work between 45 to 50 years, hoping to build up enough wealth to retire and live out their golden years. Unfortunately, with taxation, the rising cost of food, energy, housing, and medical, many retirees are forced to live below the poverty line. Is this a flaw of free enterprise, or is our monetary unit we call the Federal Reserve Note forcing us into perpetual debt, ensuring inflation and higher taxes? These questions and more can be answered by reading G. Edward Griffin's book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Congressman Ron Paul states it's what every American needs to know about central bank power. A gripping adventure into the secret world of international banking cartel. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I will give a silver dollar from the early 1900s to anyone who purchases this book. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order a copy today. It's critical that the public be made aware of the system. Call and order your copy today at 1-800-686-2237. That's 1-800-686-2237.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com. That's R like rebel, R, the letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com. That's ourflags.com. Go now.
Now, a twice as nice Twin Kit special offer from Complete H2O Minerals for all GCN listeners. Get a Complete H2O Minerals Twin Kit with 33 different minerals, vitamins, and amino acids all in a liquid form. Enough for 2 people for 1 month. Regular price $89.95, but now Complete H2O Minerals is offering the Twin Kit for $69.95. And all GCN listeners receive a bonus 16-ounce bottle of ionic silver absolutely free with free shipping. A $120 total value. Hurry, limited time offer. Call 803-794-4767 or click CompleteH2OMinerals.com.
Captain John Regan's with us, and the class is a meetup tonight at Jimmy's Egg, 4:45 to 8 p.m. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there. I just heard the Cummins turbo diesel pull into the farm with the repair kit so that we can fix the hydraulic cylinder and get the hay baled. So if that's the case, if it looks like the weather's going to hold out, I'll be baling hay today, but the meetup will continue. Okay, or if the weather does not hold out, I'll be at the meetup. But the meetup will continue no matter what, with or without me, at Jimmy's Egg tonight. Mike Parsons in Tennessee, welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen. You brought up a very interesting topic talking about brain implants to control individuals. I believe it was in December of 2013 that there were 2 patents applied for simultaneously from 2 different companies where they had technology, as they claimed, to download a person's conscience and then upload that conscience into whatever, a clone, I presume, or themselves. Perhaps they could go in and recreate the consciousness and re-upload it. I'm not sure, but I'm just searching on the internet, and I see since 1994 they've had patents for manipulating the conscience and desires. Patents, U.S. patents.
John Regan talked about this about then. I believe that we talked about this, didn't we, John?
If we didn't, I'm going to be talking about it soon. It's part of the transhumanist agenda. They want to upload their consciousness into computers. And, you know, at that point, no physical life on Earth is required. And
we know that they've had the ability to clone humans, and they have been cloning humans for a long time. And while I was on my extended stay in the belly of the beast, there were a few people that I ran into that I thought were clones simply because when you respond to them in a way that they weren't anticipating, they would freeze up. One lady presented a question to me. Instead of responding in what would be the normal response, I responded to her question with a question for clarification. And immediately her arm extended out. She yelled, "Stop. We are not having a conversation. Stop." And she said this kind of like you've seen the Saturday Night Live, the Coneheads, in that type of a tone and cadence. She said this 5 times. And then a guard who was standing close by looked at me and shook his head. This was bizarre. And this was a person who was in a high position in the institution. But, this sounds bizarre. It sounds like something made up, but I'm telling you, this is what I observed. And I truly believe that this was not a real person.
Mike, I was meeting with John Dollarheight, one of our instructors, and a lobbyist from a farm-to-table lobbying group, a group that was allegedly taking money to help farmers get their products right to the consumer. And John Dollarheight and I were talking about 9/11 and the collapse of Building 7. And this woman literally raised her hands in the surrender position. Said, "I can't take it. I can't take it. Too much information." And she melted down and backed away, literally backed away. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Information overload. She couldn't handle it. Is that the kind of thing you're talking about?
Exactly. But beyond that, this person, just a simple question that was not, I guess, programmed into her ability to respond to. It was basically clarifying her question so that I could give the proper response.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I think I've seen something like this. When you go outside of their comfort zone or what they're able to discuss, if you go outside of that, they don't know what to do. They literally have to stop it or leave. That's what I'm saying.
Well, this person went into some type of a loop because she repeated the same thing over and over, and it was in a cadence that was not her normal voice. What comes to mind was the old Saturday Night Live skit with the Coneheads.
Yeah.
That type of conehead cadence that they did was what she did, and that was not her normal speech pattern.
Well, this what happened, what we saw was very much similar. Not a normal speech pattern, and repeating. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. I have to leave. I have to leave. I have to leave. That kind of thing. Mike Parsons, thanks so much. Anything else?
Have a good day.
Thanks so much.
All right, so suddenly Walmart, eBay, Amazon, everybody wants to ban the rebel flag. Well, the rebel flag is an important part of American history. The rebel flag is still a long-standing symbol of Southern pride and Southern heritage. So if the big retailers want to play into political correctness and try to deny the history of America, let them. Go to ourflags.com. That's R like rebel, R, letter R, ourflags.com. Get your rebel flag before they actually do outlaw the things, huh? Ourflags.com. That's ourflags.com. Go now.
We are a survival company. We manufacture our own line of level 3 and level 3A body armor. We proudly make our armor 100% in America. We have the best prices in the nation, about $125 cheaper than our nearest competitor. All lab certified, for thou art my rock and my fortress. Psalm 31:3. We are Fortress Survival LLC.com.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness. The phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it, and that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldway.com. That's oneworld.com.
Hi, this is Steve Spillum for Midas Resources. In 1971, President Nixon took the United States off the gold standard and put us into a fiat currency. This allowed Congress and the Federal Reserve to create trillions of dollars out of thin air. The national debt has risen to incredible heights, and your hard-earned dollars buy a small fraction of what they once did. The average life expectancy for a fiat currency is 27 years. The dollar is failing and on borrowed time. When currencies fall, people turn to gold and silver because gold and silver have been real money for more than 5,000 years. It is our mission at Midas Resources to help you preserve your capital. Don't let your personal savings shrink to nothing. For important free information on how you can protect your personal wealth, contact me, Steve Spillum, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 308. Call today while we are still accepting dollars for gold and silver. 1-800-686-2237, extension 308. Make a change in your financial security today. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 308.
Class John Regan's with us. And Michael from New York, you're on with Captain John Regan and me. Welcome.
Oh, good morning. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Vincent. Real quick, guys, regarding financial matters and how Apple monitoring your bank accounts, and clearly we are just viewed as consumers to these large corporations. Clearly, that's all we are to them. And but you know, when, like you said, if you can't afford a product, they'll customize a price that's affordable to that particular bank account. I just want to let everybody know, if you're flat broke and your bank account zero, have no fear, because credit cards are now offering 0 APR through 2017. And all you got to do is go onto Yahoo every time on the homepage and constantly see those promos, and it's hilarious. And of course, they're always using, you know, young, cute girls, probably have IQs of a peanut, promoting, hey everybody, you're broke. Hey, listen, don't worry about it. Get these cards with 0 APR and keep buying all the crap we're trying to sell you. And you're not going in debt. You're not digging a hole so deep you never crawl out of it. It's just like the traitors and domestic enemy in our government. You're actually just raising your debt ceiling. You're not digging a hole. You're raising your debt ceiling. You gotta love it, guys. You gotta love it.
You know, I was looking at these signs, 100% financing. So if you can't afford a down payment, how can you afford to finance it? I don't get it. I mean, I really don't understand how this
works. You just got to raise your debt ceiling. It's not a hole you're digging that you'll never crawl out. It's just a debt ceiling that goes high, like the sky's the limit, I guess, guy.
Yeah. You know, there's something wrong. There's so many things wrong that we've gotten to this point. I know a guy who was a young married guy, and he wanted to buy a mattress. And so I said, well, I have a friend in the furniture business. Let me give him a call and we'll see if we can help you. So I found something for, I don't know, maybe $300 or $400. And he said, okay. And he ended up buying one because it had, from a different merchant, it had 0 down, no payment for a year. And it was over $1,000. So he bought this mattress for over $1,000 because it was 0 down, no payments for a year. He thought that was a good deal. Well, he bought a car, he bought another car, and within a year, everything got repossessed. I don't think we're teaching young people about finance, economics, interest, home economics, principles of banking. We're not teaching people this. We're not teaching them that, and it's really serious. And I've only had 7 expos. I was unable for 7 expos to get a single bank, not one, to teach young people the principles of interest on both sides of the equation, saving and borrowing. I even went to my bank, the one that I deal with, all the time. And I asked them, and they said, well, how about this? We'd like to contribute to your expo. We'll give you $25. I said, I'm not asking for contributions. I'm asking for you to show up and teach young people about banking. How to save money. Get ready for this,
guys. You could have a PhD in economics and never know the golden rule to economics. This is how it is, because they don't want us to know that, the easy way to stay clear of digging a hole that you're never going to crawl out of, so you can not be stressed out through your life with financial pressures because you've expended more than you've actually had to spend. Here's the golden rule. I'm sure you guys already know it. If your outflow exceeds your intake, then your upkeep will be your downfall. That's all there is to it.
Great way to explain it. What do you think, John Regan?
Yeah, and that's the way it is.
So we could save people thousands of dollars studying, going to college for economics, spending thousands, and they'll never learn that secret formula. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and you know what? We're lying. We're really lying. So Joey, one of our researchers, I had a great time with Joey over the weekend at the convention, the Psychotronics convention, and he and I decided to, instead of spending a lot of money on dinner, we'd go get a pizza, and we would share a pizza, and we'd bring it back to the hotel room. Okay, and so we went to an Italian pizza shop. Italian last name. No question. This was a mom and pop Italian pizzeria. You walk in, and you can only walk in maybe 10 feet. It's like a little alleyway. You walk into the building. You can't see the rest of anything. You just walk in, you walk up to a counter, and the counter is on the side of the building. You can't see them making the pizza. You can't see the employees. You can't see anything. You just come up to like a window. And it was an Italian-named pizza shop. But the guys working there, they're all Middle Easterners. I mean, this is lying by design. You know, why didn't they just say Middle Eastern pizza?
Exactly.
No, like this is an Italian pizza joint. And it was okay.
Right.
But
you see it all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
Around here, it would be typically Mexican or, Latin, somebody from Central America. I can't really call them Latins because I'm all Italian. Who's more Latin than the Italians? I don't get that one. But anyway, you go, I used to tell friends, look, that pizza parlor is supposed to be Italian. There's nothing but, Mexicans or Central America, whoever, but they're not Italian. So if I want Mexican, I'll go to a Mexican restaurant. I'm coming here because I want Italian, It's incredible, guys. It's all insane. And John, I really appreciate that report on the silver ETFs because, guys, that clearly proves how rigged the market is when ETFs are influencing the commodity price of the silver or the gold or any other commodity, because how can they prove that those ETFs really exist and those transactions were legitimate? They can't. And nobody's holding them to task on that. Nobody in the judicial branch, nobody's going after them saying, prove to us that transaction's really legitimate. And of course it isn't, because as John and you know, that amount of silver doesn't exist that they're covering just on the paper. And so that proves right there how phony and corrupted all is, guys. But it also, John, as you said, proves it's the future. And Vincent, like you said last time, it's going to be silver, gold, and copper coins, along with lead and steel and iron. That's the future for metal.
I had a question for you, Michael, in New York, and also John Regan. I don't listen to the radio very much. I really don't. But I was in the truck, driving to and from Chicago. Had several hours, and I thought, there's a button that's really convenient, and I can just search. I can search forward and backward. And what I heard was like almost non-stop commercials. And then when the commercials stopped and a song would come on, it would only take me about 5 seconds at the absolute most to search again, because I could not stand what is being portrayed as music today. Absolutely horrible. The lyrics are horrible. The melody's horrible. It's just horrible. And then the idiotic talk programs. I mean, I was listening to something out of a big station out of St. Louis. And there was this man and woman, and they were talking about something. They said, what we really need is like the fashion police. There's so many disgusting fashion trends that we need to have the police. We need to have rules and regulations about this. And they're saying that, women who have bra straps that show, with their strapped type tops, and they have bra straps that show, there should be an ordinance against this. And then they said panty lines. You shouldn't be able to see them. And there should be an ordinance against these things. I couldn't believe how idiotic this broadcast was. And they were using airtime. And when they sell a commercial on this idiotic broadcast, it's probably $50 a minute or more. How does this happen? How does this stuff get on the air?
The controllers of those networks, Vincent, are paying for that because that's exactly the kind of trash dribble they want the public to constantly have exposure to, so that they are so dumb, they'll all be like that lady you just mentioned that says, oh my God, my circuits are overloaded. This data is overwhelming my peanut brain. Oh my God, you mean everything's not tranquil and peaceful? You mean the people in our government really don't care about us? Holy God. This is exactly why everything's the mess that it is, because they're bombarding everybody with that crap, and smart people like you and John and me and everybody else, we turn it off. We don't waste our energy trying to take in that crap when there's much more important information that we have to take in. And so we can stay ahead.
What was going through my mind is how many cycles will this seek switch on the radio sustain? At what point is this switch going to wear out? Because I push it and push it and push it and push it and push it for, like a couple hours. It was horrible. There is very little on mainstream radio. There's very little to listen to. And then on the weekends, they have these infomercials and these financial gurus telling us that, these Roth financial instruments. Boy, what a great way to go. You can put as 3% in there and maybe your employer will match it. And what a great way to go. It's a gift. You ought to do it. But they don't talk about inflation. That'll eat you alive if you do that.
Well, you see, that's exactly the bottom line to it, gentlemen. I'm going to let you get back to it, Captain John. But you see, that's why your show will never be on such a network, because those controllers of the mainstream airwaves, that they don't want the information you guys are providing, because it'll wake up all the sheeple and they'll become sheepdogs and go after the wolves. They don't want that.
Well, Michael, I can tell you and the rest of our audience that USAPrepares.com has been fired 7 times in 12 months on a radio station. So I don't think we hold the record, but we're trying. Michael, thank you so much. John Regan, I'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Making the right decisions is a challenge to investors. Are we going to see economic growth, slide into a recession, or at worst, depression? Hi, Ted Anderson from Midas Resources. We all know when a company acts irresponsibly, divesting ourselves in a move towards safety is prudent. When the market becomes volatile, U.S. Treasuries are a safe haven. But what do you do when the U.S. government overextends itself and spends beyond its means? Many investors are turning toward gold as a common-sense alternative to traditional paper investments. Midas Resources has put together a powerful book titled 10 Reasons to Own Gold, discussing costs, benefits, risks, featuring full-color illustrations, weights, and measures. The book is free and can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. Paper investments are dwarfed by gold's 6,000-year history. Discover how gold may be right for you and your IRA by calling 800-686-2237. Whether buying or it's time for you to sell, the book is free. Call 800-686-2237.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically, and Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally, and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2015 for 30% off of your entire order. And give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
In the U.S. alone, a home invasion occurs every 13 seconds. On top of that, the average response time for 911 is over 15 minutes. That just won't cut it. Don't allow yourself or the important people in your life to be victims. When seconds matter, don't be caught stumbling for your firearm. Get the protection you deserve. Get yourself a hidden holster from hiddenholster.com. It's the original hidden holster. The hidden holster is quick, easy, and convenient. It's versatile enough for the home, workplace, or virtually anywhere else you might need it. Have peace of mind with your firearm close by at all times. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. If you own a firearm, you need a hidden holster. Your protection matters, and self-defense is the best defense. Go to hiddenholster.com. That's hiddenholster.com. The original hidden holster.
Ouch! My back is out again.
Hi, Dr. Ortman with Wellspring Spinal Care. If you're experiencing neck, mid, or lower back pain, this information is for you. One of the complaints that I hear is patients receive their typical adjustment, only having to repeat them as the pain returns. Putting the bones back in place is only half of the battle. At Wellspring Spinal Care, we have the entire solution. We use the NUCA approach, utilizing three-dimensional x-rays and gentle touch technology to deliver specific correction. We then design a custom nutritional supplement program which provides essential nutrients targeting the areas of concern. With a NUCA approach and proper nutrition, you'll be on your way to a faster and more permanent recovery. To get you on the road to wellness, visit drortman.com. That's drortman.com, or call us today, 952-303-9124. That's 952-303-9124. Wellspring Spinal Care, chiropractic done right.
Captain John Regan, the financialstateoftheunion.com. John, what's next?
Well, this one's very disturbing. Is it 6565 already? And that's a reference to the lyrics of a number one hit song from 1969 called In the Year 2525. And I'd recommend you go look up the lyrics of that song and just see how close we are on everything. And 6565 was the point where you would pick your children from a test tube. And here we've got sperm grown in a lab used to create half-cloned mice. These are man-made cells, man-made DNA in essence. There's so many ramifications to this, and it does actually produce living mice. They've got pictures there. You could, on one hand, make men totally obsolete and have a utopian Amazon planet. On the other hand, you can look at this through the eugenics eyes, which is now transhumanism, where you can now activate genes to create those superhumans that they were trying to create through just, normal means back in the first half of the 20th century. So, no matter how you slice this one, I find it one of the more disturbing articles I've come across in some time.
I'm posting that right now. Zager and Evans did this song called In the Year 2525. And I think they were off. I don't think it's 2525. It might be 2025. What do you think?
Yeah, what's 500 years? But before we run out of time, I want to bring up something else. There's a fellow instructor, Doug Hagman, who has a show that's on weeknights. And he put out a message to listeners. This is one of the things I found when I got up this morning. And, we joke about dumping sponsors. But
yeah,
Doug found out that one of his sponsors supported the homosexual agenda. So he dumped them. And there was a related sponsor, uses the same agency, that found out about it and dumped Hagman. So he lost 2 sponsors over that. So when you look at, as you say, standing up for honesty and integrity, living up to what you believe in, you can point to Doug for that.
Yeah. We don't, we have one sponsor, literally, and it's Guns 80. That's our only sponsor. And if there are sponsors out there who would like to sponsor this broadcast and help us survive, give me a call. 417-462-1105, 417-462-1105. That's our phone number here at the farm. And I'm certainly willing to give that out. And we get calls day and night. I'd appreciate it if you could keep the calls. Remember, we're in the Central Time Zone. After 9 o'clock, I'd appreciate not having any phone calls after 9 p.m. at night. And I really can't take calls during the broadcast. Other than that, we're good. So, if you'd like to support the broadcast, it'd be kind of great. And that way we might be able to continue on the air. Now, this is not, we're not begging for money. But if you have a legitimate product that you think that we would like to support and endorse, if you think we would like it, then we're interested. If it's something that you don't think we would like, don't even call us. Because if you don't think we'd be interested, we're probably not interested. So if it's an honest product and you have, and you can deliver it and it's at a fair price, we're interested. Yeah. But we require that we test the product to make sure that we like it. And, if that's something that you're willing to do, we're willing to take a look. Captain John Regan, hey, thanks so much for being with us. It's getting difficult. Life is really getting difficult. We're being surrounded 360 degrees on attacks and monitoring, and I just can't stand it. So, class, I suggest you consider dumping your phone. Dump your smartphone for a lot of reasons. And we talk about it. Larry Nichols is going to be with us tomorrow. I just talked to him. And every Tuesday. Captain John Regan, thanks so much. Meet up tonight. Class, above all, honesty and integrity. What happens next is up to you. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
It's very easy to be a criminal. All you need to burglarize a home is one simple household tool, a pair of scissors. If your home security system can be compromised by a criminal using scissors, then you're making it easy for them. Almost every home security system, even those sold by big-name companies, has a weakness: the phone line. You shell out $1,500, get locked into a long-term contract, and think you're safe. But a burglar can destroy your alarm in seconds with one snip. And when a burglar cuts your phone line, you're defenseless. Simply Safe Home Security is the smarter choice. Built by Harvard engineers, Simply Safe uses a wireless connection to call the cops. Scissors can't cut it. And that means your home stays safe. 24/7 professional monitoring is under $15 a month with no contract. Simply Safe Home Security keeps you safer than the other guys for half the cost. Protect your home with the alarm you can trust. Simply Safe. Go to simplysafedefense.com now for an exclusive 10% offer. That's simplysafedefense.com.